1157, Albert the Bear constructed a border fortification at this location. By the middle of the 15th century, the location had become the seat of administration for the Margrave of Brandenburg. By the year 1560, Joachim II Hector, the Elector of Brandenburg, had commissioned Christoph Romer to construct a fortification in the Italian style. This fortress would include the previous castle, palace, and Julius Tower. In the year 1562, Romer was succeeded by Francesco Chiaramella de Gandino for the position. In the year 1578, Rochus Graf zu Lynar assumed control. However, the building of the Spandau Citadel was not finished until 1594, despite the fact that the first men were deployed to it in the year 1580. A besieging of the fortress was first carried out by Swedish forces in the year 1675. During the fall of Berlin in 1806, the garrison of the fortress surrendered without firing a single shot to the French army led by Napoleon. In the year 1813, it was retaken by Prussian and Russian soldiers. Nevertheless, the walls sustained significant damage during the conflict and needed major reconstruction. The castle was also used as a jail for inmates held by the Prussian state, one of which being Friedrich Ludwig Jahn, a German nationalist individual. 1935 marked the beginning of operations for the gas protection laboratory of the Army. A total of around 300 scientists and technicians were engaged at the facility to work on chemical weapons. Their responsibilities included synthesis, testing on animals and humans, the creation of ordnance, and the development of production procedures. The development of nerve gas was mostly accomplished at this location. During the conflict that took place in Berlin, which took place not long before the conclusion of the Second World War, the citadel was included into the defenses of the city. In spite of the fact that it was several hundred years old, the citadel was difficult to assault due to its design, which was based on the Italian style. As a result, the Soviets decided to invest the citadel and begin negotiations for a capitulation rather than shelling and attacking it. Following the conclusion of talks, the commander of the citadel surrendered to Lieutenant General Pekhorovich's 47th Army on May 1, 1945, shortly after 15 o'clock. This action resulted in the preservation of the Renaissance bastion fort and saved a great number of lives. Following the conclusion of the Second World War, Soviet forces were the first to take control of the Spandau Citadel. Following the partition of Berlin by the Allied forces, the city of Spandau and its citadel became a part of the British sector. Not even National Socialist war criminals were held at the citadel, despite the fact that it had a long history of serving as a jail. The Spandau jail, which is located in the same Berlin neighborhood, was where they were held instead. The citadel is currently home to a museum known as the Citadel. The museum features a collection of sculptures that have been taken from public display in Berlin throughout the course of the last few centuries. These sculptures include statues of Friedrich Wilhelm III and Queen Louise, as well as Nazi art and the head of a statue of Lenin that is 19 meters tall.